Okay, so let's walk through the game real quickly. When the child starts the game, the first thing they'll see will be this selection screen where they'll be presented with all kinds of different objects, and they can just choose whatever they'd like. Let's say in this case they chose this grouping of fruits. The next thing they'd see would be this fun animated character that'd speak to them, and the character would point out the object that's right next to them and ask them to name the object. And if the child correctly named the object, you'd see a cycle where the character sort of celebrated, and the object that they had correctly named is added to this sort of sticker board, this achievement board. The letter of it begins to show up down below, and additionally they get some points. They would proceed through that cycle, naming objects, collecting them, naming more objects and collecting them until they went back to the original screen and chose another object. Now let's take a look at what happens if a kid incorrectly named an object. At this point, the main narrator would prompt them to name the object by actually beginning to sound it out phonetically. So in this case, when we're looking at an apple, the character would say apple, giving hints until the kid had correctly said it. If the kid was unable to get it after 3 times, we just move on and show a new object. And if the kid was also having difficulty with this object, we just return to the main screen and let the kid choose another object. Okay, so this game basically has 2 modes, 2 basic areas you can go to. The first we just took a look at after the game loads and you start playing by choosing one of the objects. You're prompted to name objects, see achievements, and continue that cycle until you return to the main screen and choose another object set. The other mode is in the More area. So a child or a parent can select More, wondering what that'll take them to, and they'll see all of the different object types that they can upgrade to, or in-app purchases. There's a lot of thinking about what these in-app purchases will actually be, but for right now we'll just call them additional objects that can add to the game. After clicking one of these objects, say the child clicked on this collection of animals right here, they'd be taken back to the main screen where that animal would now be part of the sets that they could play with, and if they played with that they could go through the whole cycle of naming all of the animals. And finally, we should take a look at the actual types of object sets that the child will be presented with. There's a lot of thinking about this. There's some obvious choices, such as animals, which could be really fun. There's shapes, as you see here. And then there's things like colors. But additionally, we've thought about including teacher lists or user-generated lists, allowing parents to upload pictures of family or objects that they see in their house and have the kid name those. So this is one of the areas that we're seeking a lot of input from educators, parents, and people seem interested. So we look forward to hearing your thoughts on that.